Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today is National Knife Day, and I want to start out by telling everybody I appreciate the support. I have been making videos for just a little while. I needed a break. School had started back and everybody was getting sick, so including myself. So I just took a little break. So thanks to everybody that has bared with me. But we're back. And to celebrate National Knife Day, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite PSK style neck knives. Most of these are small. Some of there's only one of in existence. Some there's very few. Some I've designed, some I've co-designed, and we'll start with this dude. So this guy is made by Turner Machine Shop, and it's designed, and I think Turner may have had something to do with maybe designing some of these scales for it and all too, but angler knives. This is the anchovy. Pretty cool little dude. And then on the have glow. This whole thing glows. Got a Who Is Citizen-y glow nut, a couple Ranger bands, an awl, a ferro rod, tweezers, a glow nut, safety pin, and a magnesium ferro rod from Grimm Workshop. So that's one. Probably one of the smallest ones that I have. Here's the one that I've been using the most lately, and it's Sissy Pukco, or Pelton and Cub. It's just a little Pukco, 80 CRV2, Scandi grind, marvelous, works like a champ. I met these guys at Blade Show, cool folks. They told me that this design was originally made for scouts. He was pretty crunk that somebody had called it cute. But it's an excellent design. And then I put, it comes with a kydex sheath, a nice kydex sheath too, and I just go and put my normal stuff on it. So it's got a Night Eyes rechargeable flashlight, a diamond stone, fat wood, and all small ceramic rod, couple glow sticks, a piece of fat wood, a diamond rim grit jigsaw blade. It's got a high carbon steel striker back here in the back of it, a Wazoo Viking whetstone, a ferro rod, and a Who Is Citizen-y glow nut. This is probably the one I've, at least in the past year, that I've used the most. This dude is, so this guy came to life because of, dang, is it rusted in there? Sorry. Came to life because of this guy right here. So I wanted a buddy of mine, this guy just kind of like, it took some stuff from this one, but there was no measurements or anything done on this. We were like, hey, let's try to do this. And Jerry was just like, all right, this is what is going to come to life. So this is the original barbed knife that made everybody like scared for their life. And it's just a barb so you could use it as a gig. This knife really isn't a knife that you can hold like this to worry about hurting yourself with. So the barb is just something for folks to be nervous about, really. It's not going to hurt you in doing these things. But this one came first. And then from that, this guy came. So this one was made from a Mylar template, and this one was made thinking about this one later on down the line. And this one was actually made size-wise. We called it the Kashmuk because we were talking about making something that would fit in a cache belt for Wazoo survival gear. This one, dude, right here, it's got basically the same thing as my other one. It's got glow nut, ferro rod, it's got a fishing kit, fat wood, Viking whetstone and all, some Ranger bands, jute wrap, a nano stream flashlight. And this is the OG. It's 80 CRV2, but when he made it, Jerry Saunders owns Corvus Survival Consulting and Corvus Knife and Tool. But he made this guy, and he made a cord wrap. About to get rained out here, guys, but made a cord wrap on this so I could attach the cordage to the sheath to use it to attach this to a stick if I wanted to. And it's got the same stuff, basically a glow stick, fat wood, a small awl, whetstone, some Ranger bands, and a ferro rod. Whoa, look out. Now here's another one of these guys that just is in AEBL, and it's a Scandi grind instead of a high saber. And I've took this dude all over to the beach and all kind of places with me. And it has basically the same setup as this one, gear wise, including some cordage if I wanted to put it on a spear or make a spear out of it. And here's a super awesome one. It's the aphid tracker from Wenger Blades. Super awesome little tracker. If you're wondering about tracker performance, this would be a good one to start with to see how you like it, because it carves just like any other knife. It's very agile, but you throw in this quarter round and you can do some things with it that primarily only can be done with the tracker. And it's the same overall setup as the others. I've been making, my awls are the ones that I end up just playing around with, and I don't end up putting them on the website. They just live in my stuff. But same setup. Here's one of my favorite Puccos here. This is from Field and Steel. Mr. Steve from across the pond. It's very simple. This is an Atom, and it's the same setup. I took this guy to my Colorado classes. This was the only fixed blade that I took. Same setup as the other ones, except for this one has a candle in it that is like melted to the shape of the sheath over time. These two guys, and I still don't own a production wood nip. I don't have one. Both of these are prototypes when we were trying to figure out which one we want. So this is the thicker stock. Ended up going with this thinner dude, and I had the original testing was with this one, and then towards the end when we decided that we needed to try the thinner just to see what would happen, I ended up swapping over to this guy and ran it for a couple months before I gave him the go ahead, and then now this is the model that you guys are using at home. Pretty cool. Same setups. This one has a homemade sail needle in it, and everything else is, I think, the same. Pretty much. This sheath is bamboo, so the inside of it's bamboo wrapped in leather. Pretty cool. Something I was just playing with. And here's one of the last ones that came to life. This one is called number 4, and the reason that we decided to call it 4 was it was the 4th one that me and Jerry had done playing around, and 4 was how it fit. So Jerry at Corvus makes these wonderful Lekus, and I was like, bro, I want one of those Lekus, but I want it to be like as long as my finger. There it is, number 4. It's about 4 inches long, also about 4.5 inches long. Super fun though. Same deal. I did a jute wrap on it, and the kit's basically the same. All whetstone, fat wood rim grip blade, ferro rod, safety pin, flashlight. I like having the flashlights on here. It's nice to have a glow nut that my daughter made me. But yeah, these are some of my favorite PSKs, guys. There's so many different ones, different flavors. This is not probably a quarter of the ones that I have, but these are ones that I just grabbed to come out here. Like, I didn't talk about this guy. This was the I love chocolate milk one that I end up cutting and grinding and sent to a dude at Cahutta Knives. He heat treated it, sent it back to me, and then we just kept going from there. Then it ended up being one that Bear Force Knives made some prototypes for me. But these are the flavors that I like having my neck knives anyway. Everybody can do their own thing. This is just how I like to do mine. Well, alright, y'all, look, I appreciate the support. Be expecting videos back a couple times a week. You can check out all of the older stuff, including lots of information on these and others, over on the Instagram at Bushcraft Kelso. Website, bushcraftkelso.com for gizmos and gadgets. These kits are available. A lot of times they're sold out right now, but expect them in about the next week to come back in stock. Appreciate it, guys. I really do. Until next time, happy National Knife Day. Later.